Peterson gets emotional talking about Olivia Wilde's incel comparison. Today, guys, I got another reaction video for y'all, man. And today, this should be very interesting, man. Jordan Peterson gets emotional, man. I've never seen Jordan Peterson get emotional, so the fact that he's getting emotional about this, it just really shows you how impactful it really is. But I ain't gonna waste your time. We're gonna get straight into it. I need y'all to do me a favor, though. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on those post notifications so you get notified when I upload a new video. So without further ado, we're gonna hop straight into it.
I'm going to wrap it up. I don't want to, but I have to. I want to ask you just quickly, the film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Incel being these weirdo loner men who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure. Why not? You know, people have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. You know, what a terrible thing to do that is. I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
It's making you emotional talking about that.
Well, God, you know. It's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. And you get these casual insults, these incels. What do they mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky, and good for them. Women, like, be picky. That's your gift, man. Demand high standards from your men. Fair enough. But all these men who are alienated, it's like they're lonesome and they don't know what to do, and everyone piles abuse on them.
When she said that, Olivia Wilde, it stung you, didn't it? I saw the
by that time, you know, as far as critiques go, that was kind of low level. I mean, once I got painted as Red Skull, you know, magical super Nazi, that was kind of the end of the insults. There's no place past that. So when Olivia Wilde made those comments, the first thing I did was go look at the preview for her movie, which I quite liked. I thought I would go see that movie probably, and perhaps I will. It didn't really bother me. My family and I talked about it right away, and we were able to respond to it with some degree of humor, which then people completely misunderstood. I said I hope that, you know, that if I had to be played by someone, I think Chris Wilde, he's a very good-looking man, and so that seems all right, you know. And then I said something like, I hope he gets my fashion style choice right when he plays me. And it was a joke. All that was a joke.
I mean, you've been so controlled today, and yet in that brief moment, you got very emotional. Why?
It's really something to see constantly how many people are dying for lack of an encouraging word. And how easy it is to provide that if you're careful. You know, give credit where credit is due. And to say, you're a net force for good if you want to be.
You know what makes this so sad too is that, like, you'll have people on the left that criticizes him, that bashes him for being emotional. Oh, look at Jordan Peterson being emotional. Look at him crying over Olivia Wilde, calling him an incel comparison or whatever, right? These are the same people that promote showing your emotions, right? But when you go against their woke agenda, then they want to be hypocrites and be like, oh, but look at him, he's being emotional. And then what a lot of people don't understand is that he's not being emotional off of self-pity. He's being emotional out of empathy. There's a difference. He's not being emotional so that people can feel bad for him. He doesn't care about that. He is genuinely getting emotional because he genuinely feels bad for all the men out there that are, or that would be labeled as incels. He feels bad for men out there that are lonely, that don't have good looks, they don't know how to be attractive, they don't know how to interact with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, he feels bad for those type of women. I said women, men, I mean. You know, for some of you that may not know what Jordan Peterson does, he's a clinical psychologist. You know, he talks to a lot of his patients, a lot of his clients or patients or whatever you want to call them that speaks to him are men most of the time. As a matter of fact, they're probably all men, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure every now and then he probably speaks to women too, but most of the time he's speaking to dudes. He's just trying to help young men be a better version of themselves. And then you got people like Olivia Wilde bashing him, saying that he's trying to tear down, you know, society and this and that by trying to make men demand what they want from a woman and this. And it's just like, bro, it's just really sad, man. It really is, man. It really is.
Do you believe you're a net force for good?
Net? Yes. In all the details? Probably not. You know, no one's perfect. So, people make their mistakes as they stumble uphill.
Jordan, it's been a fascinating interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You've got this new box set up.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that.
Jordan B. Peterson, 24 Rules for Life and Beyond Order. Fascinating books. They've sold how many millions now?
Well, 12 Rules sold 7, and I think Beyond Order is approaching 1 million now. So, yeah, they're doing just fine.
Did you ever think you'd sell that number of books?
I never thought any of this would happen, you know, I mean, so... Yeah, I knew when I was teaching at Harvard and at the University of Toronto that some of the things I was teaching were revolutionary. I was surprised that I got away with it, let's say, as long as I did. And so there's a way in which it doesn't surprise me. And I wouldn't say that's because of the brilliance of my ideas. It's because I'm good at communicating ideas, but the ideas that I've been developing, they're ancient ideas. They're the oldest ideas we have in some real sense. So they have a power.
Right, absolutely. You'll launch the Peterson Academy. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, I've been collecting, along with my daughter, great professors and educators from all around the world, and we're having them come to Miami to film 4 two-hour lectures on a variety of topics. President of Hillsdale College, Larry Arnn, just taped one for us on Churchill, which I thought was quite funny because, you know, he's persona non grata. And so Arnn and Churchill, so that's quite funny. And we're hoping that we can determine how to provide people a very efficient and very low-cost alternative to a bachelor's degree. And we're working hard to make that accredited. I'd like to drive the cost of a bachelor's degree from its current $160,000 level to $4,000, and I think we can do it. So that's the plan. We're going to launch in either early 2023, depending on how quickly we can get things aggregated. And I'm working with my son on an app called Essay.app. We took a document I wrote for my students that helped them learn how to write and edit. And editing is very important if you're writing. People are never taught to edit. And it builds editing tools into the software. And we have 4,500 subscribers and 50,000 users. We launched about 2 months ago. I'd like to teach 1 million people to write. So,
and just finally, you're healthy. You look healthy.
Pretty good.
And
much
better. Your wife's doing a lot better than she was.
She's back better than she was before, even. And my daughter's not ill either. So, fancy that.
I mean, that's an amazing turnaround from where you were.
That's for sure, man. It was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
You know, my wife almost died every day for 7 months. So.
I'm very glad for you.
Thank you, sir.
I really am. It's been a fascinating interview.